But the first thing, unless you live under a rock, you've probably seen about this China balloon, this Chinese spy balloon, that was, you know, floating over the U.S. And they did end up shooting it down. And I was reading this Wall Street Journal article here, and, it's kind of stating everything, what to know. So just like a brief recap, I guess, right? So this balloon, spy balloon, floated. It says up, it was over Alaska, over there's some islands, Canada. I think it's saying for the total of 8 days, and then the Air Force shot it down over South Carolina, and I mean, just absolutely insane to me personally. I was furious. Friday and everything, just hearing all this stuff. I don't understand how this happens. Um, I'm just reading a little bit here. So the balloon was first detected over Alaska's Aleutian Islands on January 28th. The Pentagon only disclosed the airship's presence on Thursday when it was over Montana. So that's like what? I think February 3rd or 2nd. Thursday was 2nd. Over Montana. Montana is home to U.S. land-based nuclear missile silos. I don't know what that is, but nuclear missiles, that doesn't sound very good there. It said the balloon traveled over several, in quote, sensitive areas. Insane to me, man. It was there. We knew that it was there January 28th, and to not really do anything with it for 8 days is insane to me. Ridiculous. It violated sovereign airspace. Uh, I just don't understand how that happens, right? And for me, the main concern here is that, uh, I mean, it just shows the state of our leadership in the United States, right? And you can blame the president, whatever, but I mean, the president wasn't the first one to see this thing. He wasn't the first one to be alerted of it, right? You know, I'm imagining, right, in the military, there's other offices and stuff like that, and it's like we just let this happen to us, right? This Chinese spy balloon thing just floating over the U.S. over sensitive areas, nuclear is just spying on us, and we just did nothing. I mean, the thing is, like, it's like I'm seeing like really no like it feels like we're not seeing any like outrage. Like why how's not everyone like angry about this, man? It's I mean, I can't even like put into words exactly how frustrating this is. Right. I mean, you see, I saw a lot of other. I just look at commentary on it because I'm just interested to what people have to say. It's like imagine if we did that over China. What would that, uh, what would their reaction be? Right? You think they would just let it float over all their sensitive areas of whatever they have? I mean, I doubt it. Right? And that's the concerning part, right? Is having weak leadership. I mean, and because a lot of these politicians, me and you, we vote them in, and they all run on their little campaigns, right? We just had elections, they're gonna, make some changes, they're gonna lead us as a country, right? That's why we cast our votes for them, and then you have dumb stuff like this taking place. Ridiculous. It's not. I mean, we are supposed to be the greatest military. We spend the most. If not the top three. We spend all this money on military, and we can't detect a balloon, man. I mean, we did detect a balloon. Hopefully, I mean, according to this article, we detected it. We saw it. We didn't do anything about it, man. Weak leadership in tough times is one of the most concerning things. It can be very, I feel like, very bad, for lack of better words. Very, very concerning for our leaders. Um, And I think I saw Patrick Bet David. He was saying, like, America should not be for sale. That was another part that people were saying that, yeah, of course, the reason it floated over the whole thing was because we kind of were forced to let it almost. That are, and if that's the state of our politics, man, that's concerning as well. You know, if politicians are being bribed and bought and sold for, to be able to for other countries to have access. It's ridiculous, man. I think when you become, a politician, you become any position of leadership in this country, right? What do they all swear to, right? Protect the Constitution of the United States, right? And protect it from enemies, foreign and domestic. Do your job, man. Do your job. Protect it. Protect us. You're representing us, the people, right? I think if you're a politician, right, regardless whether you're left or right or the middle, but you are here in the United States, your absolute priority should be the United States, making this place better, keeping this place safe. That should be the number one thing. And if it's not, I think that should be a a question to ask all these knuckleheads running for any type of office, right? Senator, congressperson, whatever, House of Representatives. Do you actually love America? Like, what is your motive? Because it seems like these people are, they just want to get into this little position and trade stocks, you know, make money off, insider information almost. That's what it seems like. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. I was thinking about it, right? We vote them in, right? We are their bosses, right? They should be subject to us. It's almost like politics in America, especially, has just been flipped upside down. Like these guys are these all powerful people that they do stuff. No, right? It says democracy, right? Or the by the people for the people. Come on, man. Ridiculous. I hope we. I mean, I don't know how to change it or what's going to change or if it's going to change or I don't have the answers. It's just frustrating um, to see stuff like this, right? And then China's in this article. It says China said that it's just a civilian craft for designed primarily for meteorological study, which blew off course. And they said that it was us shooting it down was a serious violation of international practice. What does that mean, and how is that even like? How is that even being accepted as a response? If it was an accident, if this thing really blew off course, they should have been in communication with us, letting us know. The only reason they even made comments on it is because we saw it. If we didn't see it or detect it, I doubt they would have ever said anything. Terrible, man. It feels like, we've been completely violated, is what it feels like. They said, how do they even have the audacity to be like, oh, it's just an aircraft, we're just gonna fly over your country. If you go up in a hot air balloon, they'll shoot you down for violating airspace. Like if you go up, without authorization or whatever, if you just put a hot air balloon in your backyard and you just go, you don't tell nobody. Ridiculous, man. I remember we took a helicopter tour. You have to get permission. We did a helicopter tour over Atlanta. We did something else in Orlando where we're flying. Them boys are always in communication with the people on the ground, letting them know, hey, we're going into here. And I was talking to the pilot. He says, you have to get permission on how high and low you're flying over certain areas. I think we're flying over the baseball stadium or the Mercedes Benz. You can't fly. You can't fly at certain altitudes at certain distances without permission. And these boys are just allowed to have this balloon coast over. It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I wish there was a way we could, hold these politicians more accountable. I mean, man, I love America. I love this country, and it's kind of crappy to see everything that's going on and the way everything's taking place.